Hi, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to your reading for April 2024. I'm a little late, I know. Um, and I pride myself on getting the monthly videos done before the month begins, but a little behind schedule this month. I think I still have three signs to do. But anyways, you've been showing up in a lot of people's readings. There's a couple signs this month that I notice are showing in a lot of people's readings. So I don't know. That can be a good thing. A lot of people have you on their mind, is what I want to say. All right, so this is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided to the reading. That just means your spirit guides nudged you. You don't even know why. And then you watch your reading, you're like, okay, now I get it. Because remember, your spirit guides are going to use whatever means they can to get a sign to you. And I'm an open vessel for them. So, some of you may be in love with the Sagittarius. And if that's the case, remember that your spirit guides will give you messages also. Please remember that. I feel like that's really important to know that when I'm like checking on someone else's energy for whatever reason, your guides really will try to get to you to give you signs. So keep your mind open, keep your intuition open. That's the main thing. And let's just see what happens. I just have a feeling this is going to be a really good reading. I want to remind you we are in Mercury retrograde. So just think about that. That can be tough communication. So think before you react. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not worth reacting to sometimes silly things that are said. It's like, I'm not going to get myself worked up over that. I'm going to blame it on Mercury retrograde. um, so when you know that, I feel like when you're armed with that information, you can handle it so much better. And then we have the total eclipse coming up, exciting. I hope a lot of us get to watch it. I have a feeling I'm in Pennsylvania that we'll have cloud cover, but who knows? Who knows? But I hope you all get to see it. But remember, protect your eyes. Anyways, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So what we're going to do for April is usually I'll pick one deck or one deck will call to me and that'll be your main spread. But for April, I decided to bring two decks out. And I'm going to do a line of the Psychic Tarot, and then a line of the Tarot Dreams, and then another line of Psychic Tarot, and so on and so forth. And then if we need to, which I don't know, I always say this, we'll come back and clarify. I say it because a lot of times I don't feel like I need clarification, but I use it to go deeper. Like I use this deck just to go deeper. Like why not? Let's figure this out, whatever it is we're trying to figure out. But we're going to start with Mother Mary. So let's go ahead and get everything ready. By the way, everything is always pre-shuffled before you get here. But then I like to shuffle it once you're here. Like truly in my mind's eye, you're all just sitting around. Like we're all sitting around together, just doing tarot cards. All right, Mother Mary, words of wisdom for my beautiful Sagittarians. All right, I just want to see if anything else wants to come out. Okay, I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling there was more than one card for you. So let's see why. All right, well, love, 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 love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Seems simple, right? But as spiritual beings, it's really the energy we're meant to come from. Love. So we'll see. We'll read this from the book at the end of the reading, but I know your reading is going to tell us why it's here. So love. Now I want to see what's next. Look at this. Honesty. You know, I feel like they go hand in hand. Like you can't have one without the other. You can, but what a difficult love it would be if there wasn't honesty between two people. You know, all right. I am in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. I'm in touch with my true feelings. For some of you, you may not be in touch with your true feelings yet, and this may be exactly why you're here. So we'll go ahead and put those to the side. I'm going to bring the lid down just a hair more, maybe too much. Okay. And let's go ahead and start with the psychic trap. I'm going to give it a shuffle or two again. Let's give it two. By the way, I don't know if any of you saw the post I put out where I was asking if I want to do a little bit of an experiment, and I want to see how many of us can manifest a white candle. And why a white candle? That's what came to me. But it's really just to test our intuition, or maybe to trust in divine, because I know I receive like the things that I manifest just blow my mind sometimes. So I really want you to see it. So if you want to be part of it, all you gotta do is type white candle. I would say to the universe, I ask that you please send me a white candle. Um, and I thank you. Much gratitude in advance. Amen. And then just wait. It's interesting because the day that I did that, I feel like I already cut them, but that's all right. The day that I put that post out, I was watching a movie that night, and in the movie, in the scene, there were three big pillar candles, and for some reason, the camera kept scanning back to those candles like three times, like right back to those candles, and I'm thinking, okay, I have a feeling that's a sign. So, just a test. Our own intuition, our ability to manifest. No, just a white candle, however it wants to show. All right, we have positive movement forward. I'll take it. Number 8, we're in a universal year 8. 8 is also about infinity, as above, so below. No beginning, no end. This person's heading towards the sun, so they may be leaving a difficult situation, but now they're heading towards the sun. Something is inspiring them to head towards the sun. Passion ignited. Look at this awareness. Wow. 11. Awareness. It's interesting because it's like it's saying that there is some type of positive movement forward in your life. I do feel like, I got to keep my thoughts bright. I got to keep my intentions bright, because this person is heading towards the sun. It's interesting because I feel like the heart is being activated, the heart chakra is being activated, the third eye is being activated. It's like your guides want you to receive this message. Well, of course they do. All right, I'm not going to take all those, so I just want one more. Look at that. So, first thing, you know, a lot of people would look at this card. This is the Eight of Cups, and automatically go to a negative place or a sad place. But really, this is about clearing that energy. How do I love that you have two eights mirroring each other and then two ones? Two eights and two ones, and they're all mirroring each other. So, emotional withdrawal. I have a feeling this is what you may have left, what may be behind you. And I don't want you to be sad about that because I feel like this is telling you that this is moving you to a much more probably emotional, stable, but passion ignited type of energy. This person's sitting at the water's edge and, you know, they're humbled, they're grateful, like they're praying. And I feel like, I love this image because I feel like as the tide, and I know this because I used to live by the water and I used to do this, but it's like the tide is just like washing away your troubles. And what's replacing it? Positive energy. Wow. First of all, the mirroring going on, which is one of the main reasons why I really wanted to I wanted to use two decks because I really do want to see the mirroring. I want to see the synchronicities. So let's go ahead and bring in the Tarot of Dreams. And so far, wow. Eight is also about a new beginning and allowing oneself to have a new beginning. This could certainly talk about love that didn't work out. But that certainly doesn't mean that there's not love out there that will work out. Again, I feel like you're being guided. It's like you jumping in that you're in that ship heading towards the sun because you feel inspired. Now, I'm using it as a metaphor, but I feel you're being inspired in a positive way. I mean, I feel like you're always being inspired in a positive way, but this time I feel like you're really feeling it. And I feel like that's what's also allowing you to say goodbye to yesteryear, and it doesn't have to even mean like that everybody in my yesteryear is eclipsed out. But I am finding emotional stability within the Eight of Cups. It's really a beautiful energy because when you like look at the cups that have been knocked over, let's say, throughout your life, in your love life, in any type of love, really, it's about finding emotional clarity. Sometimes it's just about taking that pressure off yourself. I may blame myself for the way that another tried to love me, but maybe it's them who really has a hard time loving, you know? And I do feel like for many of us, especially on these spiritual journeys, I do feel like we have to go through some difficult energy. Why? Because if we're being called to help others, then I feel like what's the best way I can help someone? By understanding their situation. I've been there. I understand. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. The Tarot of Dreams. I don't know why Sagittarius, but I feel excited. We have the Seven of Wands, though it did come in reverse. I feel like that's you putting down your defenses. I feel like, if I've been fighting for something that maybe wasn't even good for me anyway, I'm no longer doing that. I feel like also, because I often feel the person in the Seven of Wands is like staking their claim, but I feel like uh, I don't even care about staking my claim here because I feel like I'm in movement. It's like I don't want to fight with anyone, right? I don't want to like have to put other people's fires out. I don't want to have to defend myself, my own actions. Sometimes people just don't understand because they just don't understand. But that shouldn't stop you from moving forward. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. Some of you could have broken up with someone last year, and you may just now start feeling like, okay, I feel like maybe I'm ready just to see what's out there. Not even that like I'm ready to commit, but I just, okay, I'm ready to maybe see what's out there. I'm ready to put my toes back in the water. And I do feel your guides have a lot to do with that, or divine, really. They're all part of your divine gene. Your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels. Remember, they were all assigned to you before you even came into this lifetime. So, are they going to be, do they want to be proactive in your life? Absolutely. Do they want the best for you? Absolutely. Do they understand that sometimes you do have to go through difficult situations and then you find your way out? Absolutely. Why? Because that gives you a sense of power. Like when I've been through it and I come out the other side, wow, I start to realize how strong I am. Hello, Four of Wands, the marriage card. To me, it's one of the most beautiful love cards in the tarot. And I say that because I already know everyone in this energy wants to be together. Sometimes we spend a lot of time with people who just don't know how to love for whatever the reason. We'll just say that. We'll give them a little leeway because I feel like we're leaving them anyway. So I'm not even gonna take the time to like, I don't want to cut them down. I just literally feel like it's not you. I just feel like some are just unable. And listen, maybe that's their soul's journey is to figure out like it's almost like someone's a life path too. Their soul journey is to figure out how to connect with another. This is a commitment, but it's not a commitment for just the time being. This is a commitment for the rest of our lives. And man, do I love that I feel your team is really helping. It's almost like step by step, but we're helping you each step. We're activating a chakra that's going to help you maybe feel more comfortable moving forward. And don't forget what Mother Mary sent us, love and honesty. I feel for some of you, it's like I may have been fighting back and forth with someone, not getting what I feel I need, not getting that emotional fulfillment which you deserve. And then I feel like now you're saying, okay, I'm not waiting anymore. Enough is enough. I'm done. And there was you know, probably a lot of fighting going on. Um, but now I feel like that's over. And for some of you, that may even be difficult to hear, but I hope that you can trust in the energy that's showing. I mean, you want to talk about love. That's exactly what the Four of Wands is. That is love. All right. We have the Knight of Swords. Could certainly be communication. And it's interesting. I feel like if this is someone who's going to come in and communicate with you about anything, I feel like you feel it. It's almost like, like all of a sudden you're psychic and it's like, I already feel what's going to be said. Hmm. The Three of Cups. And then, hello, Ace of Cups. So, love. Mother Mary started us off with love. This is the Ace of Cups is all about unconditional love. It's a soulmate's holding this cup up in this image, and it's following the Three of Cups. So interesting. It's like my life is changing, right? After some hardship. But I feel like it's you who's making the changes. It's you who's saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. If this is speaking of love, then I'm tired of lower vibrational love. Not interested. But the only thing that could teach me that is the experiences that I've just been through. So the Eight of Cups, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it be. Move into positive movement forward. Again, your intentions. Put down your defenses because I feel like, I'm not going to say this can't be a past life or a past lover or a past life lover. But what I am going to say is I do not feel like it's the same person. Like, because I feel like you're putting down your defenses. You're no longer interested in fighting for something, fighting for a relationship. It's like, no, done. I don't want to fight for love. Love is either going to happen or it's not. Now, of course, love takes work, but if the other person's not putting in the work, well, then what are you going to do? All right, let's bring back in the psychic tarot. Look at that, Three Cups again. By the way, it's mirroring positive movement forward. So I feel like whatever is on the horizon, it certainly feels like it brings joy to your heart. Joy to the world. But I feel like this is bringing joy. Listen, maybe not just to your heart, but maybe also to another's heart. Hmm. Suffering in silence, the Nine of Swords. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. So the Nine of Swords, it is suffering in silence. It's a lot of worry, but it really is unnecessary worry. That is the meaning of the card, unnecessary worry. I could certainly be overthinking. And listen, maybe if this is talking about love, I get why, it'd be a little fearful, especially after dealing with probably someone else, where I do feel like your defenses were raised, but now I feel like your defenses are down, but I feel like they're down because you're done. Like I really feel that. I feel like I'm done. And I feel like if you've really truly found emotional clarity, then you wouldn't need this Nine of Swords. Now, this is a human condition. It's not our spiritual being, it's our humanness. But it's kind of like I'm afraid to make a commitment, even though it's being mirrored by that Ace of Wands, which says passion ignited. Oh, it scares me, right? Now, maybe it could also be talking about like, when I say it scares you, it could certainly be talking about like butterflies and, when you meet someone new and there's this instant attraction, but you don't know if it's good for you yet. You don't know anything other than that initial meeting. And then the only thing I worry about within the Nine of Wands or the Nine of Swords is, let's say someone is asking me out, like I just meet someone and they ask me out. I might say no with the Nine of Swords, even though everything else is telling you to say yes. It is a nine, so it does want you to reflect upon it. But remember though, Nines are about final reflection. It makes me feel like some of the energy from, let's just say, a past relationship may still exist. And listen, sometimes the only thing that can help really bring me true clarity is time. And I've got to allow myself to have that time. But I feel also in the same breath, because I get this feeling like someone didn't love you like you deserved. But I also get this feeling that someone couldn't love you like you deserve. So that's their issue. That's their soul's journey. That's something that they have to learn, right? Like, you probably have done your best, but what more can you do? So, final reflection. Don't be afraid to fall in love. And I know, like, but Sandy, I've been in love before and literally it tore me apart. I know. And I've been there. But there are different types of love. There is lower vibrational love, and that love is going to be difficult, no doubt. And some of you, maybe you were trying to help another to evolve, but they just didn't evolve. And it's hard for me to say don't take it personally, but I want to say that. But I mean it in the way of it's not because you're unlovable, it's their issue. It's their issue. And if they don't figure that out, then the next person in line is going to go through the same thing you went through, and so on and so forth. We have the universe. It's in reverse, but that's okay. That's okay. And I know why it's in reverse. And then, hello, intuition. That's what you want to trust. You know, when you see the Nine of Swords, someone is not trusting their intuition. And it could simply mean because I haven't cleared the energy of the past. Trust your intuition. And I feel like that is the only reason the universe is in reverse. This is the next chapter. But will I let it be? The Nine of Swords, I worry that maybe you won't. But with intuition on the other side of it, and I feel like if you pay attention to your intuition, these signs that are helping to guide you, then I feel like the universe turns around and is in the upright. So it's almost like up to me, up to me. And I know it's not that easy just to get rid of the energy of the Nine of Swords because it is extreme worry that can turn into anxiety, sleepless nights, high blood pressure. Like it is something that needs to be looked at because, again, I just get a feeling like it's due to other people's energy. But damn, you're carrying it around. Let it go. Let it go. And get back to living your life. Because I feel like, and listen, maybe there was a valuable lesson for you to learn in love that did not go right. But that does not mean all love goes bad. And now I feel like I'm just going to keep the universe in the upright because I know you and I feel like your intuition will win out. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. So let's start with the Psychic Tarot. We have Sacrifice. That is a card of Leo, by the way. And listen, maybe I did have to sacrifice someone for the sake of love. Maybe someone couldn't Like, I couldn't be with someone and also have a good life. What's more important? That person who doesn't feel like they're treating me that well anyway, or my life and my adventures and my journeys? Those who are too afraid of making a commitment, bye bye. Those who are willing to make a true commitment, hello. All right. And then, well, there you are on the bottom of the deck, the Tarot Dream deck, Temperance. So your major arcana, but Temperance has messages. And the first one was patience. And that patience may have been so that you could really examine this Nine of Swords and that Eight of Cups and then move out of it. And that's what I would call divine timing. Because I feel like when divine's always part of our life, no matter what, whether we feel it or not. Just because we feel it doesn't mean that they're not there or they're not available for us. Always available for us. Um, but I also feel temperance, divine timing. Sometimes the universe is waiting on us. Here is the universe, right? It was in reverse. And what is it waiting for? That Nine of Swords energy to be cleared. And instead, learning to trust your intuition, even if it's just little steps. Maybe that's why I'm doing that white candle thing, just to like help you to, I don't know. I feel like believe in miracles. King of Swords is under temperance and under sacrifice is accelerated motion. So I feel like, I hate to say that I'm sacrificing someone, but I feel like I'm sacrificing an energy. And energy just is no longer working in my life. If nothing else, it's showing me that you have evolved. And, the interesting thing is when you evolve, but other people don't, they do have a tendency to fall out of your life, but you got to let them, right? Just let them fall out of your life. Trust divine. Again, love, honesty. And maybe that's what the Nine of Swords is really asking you to look at, like being truly honest with yourself. It's hard to leave love, even if it's not great love. But I don't want to get stuck in that energy because you're being like everything is being ignited to move you forward in life, period, but also love. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like two people are celebrating this Ace of Cups together. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. And we'll start at the beginning. So we're going to read the top line, but we do read it. I am going to read it as a whole at the same time. So we're looking at positive movement forward, followed by passion ignited, followed by awareness, and then emotional withdrawal. Two eights and 11 right in between. Whoa. All right. Three cups. And then Fool fell out. The Fool right over the Ace of Wands. Passion ignited. The Fool's like, I'm going to follow it. The Fool is a symbol of clearing of the past. The Fool is in the present moment. And the Fool does take chances. Like, I do take a leap of faith. I can't, how can anyone guarantee you that everything will work out? It can't be guaranteed because there's free will. But doesn't mean I shouldn't take a chance. I shouldn't take a leap of faith. And because it's coming over the Ace of Wands, passion ignited, I feel like it's even more reason. There's that Nine of Swords, though. All right, what else we got? With the Tower. You know what I feel like this is saying with the Tower over awareness? I feel like through the towers in your life, sometimes somebody could have fell from grace. Sometimes I fell from grace. Wherever the towers are, it's disruption. That's really what the tower is about. But I feel like what it's saying is you're learning how not to let these towers, these disruptions in your life, like stop you from living a soul's desire. And I feel like through this Nine of Swords and this Eight of Cups, I can dissect that tower and understand it and not fear it. Maybe someone gave you the tower and could have felt terrible. But yet at the same time, it kind of feels life saving because I feel like without that tower, I may still be back in more aggressive type energy, in energy where love is not flowing. Okay. Four Swords, healing. Beautiful. Not only is it healing any of the towers that you've gone through, but it's healing that emotional house of yours. But this is you. This is you asking for the healing and receiving it. And don't forget, in the Four Swords is one sword that we lie upon. That's our own making. That's our self within any situation. Can even be our thoughts, right? Because we do go down to the Nine of Swords here. And that could be what that is. Like, not only do I want to heal my heart, but I need to heal my mind, my thoughts, my spirit. Then we have the Queen of Cups over the Seven of Wands in reverse. And then, hello, Three of Wands over the Four of Wands underneath the Fool. I feel like this Four of Swords is truly what helps you now move forward. So, again, divine timing, right? But I feel like the divine timing was really for you. I feel like you learned some valuable lessons. I feel like they were difficult, no doubt. But now I feel like for many of you, maybe not everyone yet, I feel like now you're coming out the other side. And it's like the sun is shining again. Three of Wands is an optimistic view about my present and future moments. Three of Wands means I'm going to allow myself to enjoy what the universe is trying to deliver. Three of Wands is also about putting those intentions out there, but then letting go of control. It's almost like telling Divine, I would love to have this Ace of Cups, and I hope I get it. But in the meantime, I'm going to be in a grateful state. And maybe what I'm grateful over is just the movement that I myself have made. Like I'm proud of myself. Three of Wands tells you your ships will come in their due time, and you don't need to worry about that. Just keep your energy positive versus that Nine of Swords. You know, can I find love that can ultimately go to the highest of commitments? Well, it's right in front of us. It's almost like giving us a roadmap of how we get there. You have threes all over the place. Three, 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 three. It's funny. All of a sudden, it made me think of someone who comes into the lives, and I think it's Jen, and then I think it's 3333. I don't know why it made me think of you, but it did. Queen of Swords over the Knight of Swords. Hello, Two of Cups. What a beautiful line right here. Two Cups is coming right over the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is coming over the Three of Cups. Soulmates. Now, do I think your past person was a soulmate? Listen, it could have been. We're here to help each other, to teach each other. And sometimes that is difficult lessons. Not all soulmates are meant for a lifetime, but some are. And I feel like this one is. And then we have the Strength card. Double Leo on the board, by the way. And now we have 888. You know, this is definitely signifying, I feel, that this year, no doubt. We have the Hermit. Just want to see if my cards are in reverse. They're not. Hermit came in reverse, so another nine over the Nine of Swords. The Hermit is about your wisdom. You know, I feel like sometimes we are brought down to our knees. And when we're brought down to our knees, that's when we start really truly seeking divine. And divine is right there. Some of you, I feel like you're an old soul. And to me, that means you've been here before, you've done this before. And that's what you should pull on, that wisdom, not the fear based human energy. This is more of a spiritual energy. Now, it is a card of Virgo, by the way. And some of you could certainly I don't feel like it's a Virgo being eclipsed out of your life. I feel like it's talking more about, when the next chapter opens. And I feel like the Hermit over the Nine of Swords, I feel like what it's saying is use a spiritual lens to figure out any issues that you're dealing with. Like use your spiritual lens. Remember that intuition is a gift. It is your GPS for this lifetime. And it will guide you. I just have to trust it. And I feel like sometimes we're in relationships where red flags were sent, but we ignored them, which is our choice. That's free will. But then now I have to like clear away all the cobwebs. I feel like I have to say that you're stronger than you think. You are so much stronger than you think. And I feel like that's coming from your guides. Whoa. All right. We have the Five of Swords, but it did show in reverse. And then we have the King of Swords, who also showed in reverse. Interesting because we have the King of Swords under Temperance. But I feel like when I stop fighting for the things that really are not that beneficial to me anyway, and I start really thinking about my life and what do I want out of my life. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's always that opportunity to stop, look, understand, and then see if you are moving on what feels more of a divine path. Don't look at these towers as like, damn you, towers, because sometimes those towers become your best friend. And what I mean by that is, I feel like there is someone that is clipped out of your life, but I feel like you've given them time. So this tower does mean the end. But look what opens up. So the end allows me to put my defenses down first and foremost. And then once I start moving through this energy and clearing this energy, I'm able to start being more optimistic about my future again. It's easier for me to take on the fool's energy. I am going to take a leap of faith. I love the Five of Swords in reverse over the universe because I do feel like divine timing is waiting on some of you. And the Five of Swords in the upright is toxic energy, but it came in reverse. So to me, it just feels like you've had enough of something. Like I'm not going to take it anymore. And I feel like divine is like, yes, yes. All right. Couple things I want to look at. So we have the Queen of Cups, it's mirroring the Two of Cups. Well, that would be the Queen to me. I mean, can be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But this is the Queen I would look for as it relates to love. And she is mirroring the Two of Cups. So kind of forget about the sign and just think about her energy, like, because I feel like she's ready. I feel like the Queen of Swords is representing the communication that once was. Because her sword is raised, so it is like she's in a defensive mode. Or was. Because now the Five of Swords below her in reverse, I feel like I was, but no longer. All right, a couple things. Let's go back and look at. I don't even know what I want to look at. Hmm. 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 I wouldn't be surprised if some of you find the person this year that you end up marrying. Like, I do feel like this is talking about long term, and hopefully forever. You know what I mean? Like, at least for the rest of this lifetime. Soulmates represents that you already know each other's soul. Now, it doesn't mean we've met in this lifetime, but there's a recognition with the soulmate. And I have to say, there are levels to love. You know what I mean? Like, and I just think back to my love life, like some of the silly characters that I got involved with that I would never get involved with now. And now I just so happen to be living with the love of my life. But unexpected. I'm not even going to tell you the story because many of you already know it. But but the reason why I tell it so often is because the way that it happened, especially here's the Knight of Swords, communication came out of the blue. 40 years after the fact, when we first dated, 40 years. It came in one of my lowest moments, not at that point, one of my lowest moments, when I was really feeling lonely. And as a Virgo, I don't feel lonely very often. And I just picked up the phone to call that person I had just left because I was feeling lonely. And then there was a little beep. And I said, hang on. I answered the beep. And it just so happened to be my first love. Someone who's been on my mind my whole life. Doesn't mean I was actively pursuing them. I wasn't. I was living my life. I was in a relationship for 25 years with someone else. I had children, all that. I was living my life. And then, just like that, everything changed. Now, I tell you that story because I know how quickly things can change. And sometimes, yes, they change for the worse, but I feel like you've already been there. Now I feel like this is all about positive changes moving forward. Will I allow it? Will I allow it? All right. I think what I want to do, because I really don't have many questions, I think I'm just going to take a couple cards right across the middle for anything else that wants to come out. We have the Magician. We have the Three of Pentacles. In a way, I feel like I shouldn't leave your career or your money out of this because this is, this positive movement forward. I don't think it's just talking about love for you, though. Look at the love, the Ace of Cups, and then the soulmates right over it. Hello, I'll take it all day long. But I also feel like this is talking about like as I'm able to let go of negative energy, negative people, energy that holds me back, hold me down, or at least I thought, then my whole perception of life can change. It's like I believe in miracles again. Three of Pentacles, I love that energy. Especially with the full right above it, because, this is you doing your thing, and this is other people appreciating what it is you do, what it is you do in the world. But you know what I also love about the Three of Pentacles, because it's so close to the Two of Cups, is I do feel like there's deep appreciation of you and your uniqueness. There is no one else like you. And I feel like pretty quickly we'll realize that. But you know what's interesting in the Three of Pentacles? Sometimes you don't realize that someone is admiring you, maybe from afar, so to speak. All right, let's keep going. Another three, by the way. But the Magician right before that. It's like, baby, the ability to manifest. Like, ask for that white candle. Look at this. Beautiful. The Ten of Swords. You're letting it all go. And as you do, these swords just start to fall out of your back. Those people who put daggers in your back, they don't hold power over you anymore. You could have certainly been in a repeat pattern, like I kept attracting the wrong type of person. Well, it could have been where my own vibration was at. But as I evolve, so does love. Every dagger is coming out of your back. Beautiful. And man, does that just help you jump into the Fool's energy even more? Well, to be in the Fool's energy, you would have to let those daggers fall out. But I feel like, I don't know. I just feel so happy right now that the Ten of Swords came in reverse because I feel like that signifies that you're able to overcome the Nine of Swords. It doesn't mean when I meet someone there won't be a little bit of fear. Of course there's going to be a little bit of fear. That's just human nature. But at the same time, like I don't feel like in this soulmate energy, they have any interest of putting daggers in your back or you them. No. Thank you, Tower. Thank you, Tower. And now the next chapter. With no swords in your back, that feels like freedom. Freedom to be you, freedom to love, and the freedom for someone to love you back in a much higher vibration. You know, I've said this in a few different readings, but there are different levels to love. And sometimes we just, for whatever the reason, and I know I've been there, we're attracted to the wrong, someone is like charming and like, oh, and then they turn out to be a narcissist. You know what I mean? Not this person. I feel like some of you are going to be saying, I do, by year's end. And we're doing March's reading. So I feel like if we're going to say I do by year's end, then this must be happening pretty soon. But this is the power you have because temperance again is saying when you examine your life and you understand it from a spiritual point of view, you're able to then easily jump. Now, I shouldn't say easily, but much more easier to jump into the fool's energy. I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to trust this passion that's being ignited within me. I'm going to keep my intentions forward thinking. I understand that I deserve love. And it's not that I have to have love, but man, I feel like when love finds you, the next love that finds you, this is it. This is it. All right. I think I would just want to read Mother Mary. I honestly feel like there's nothing left to clarify. It just feels like certain messages to help you let go of the past and then what the magic that is yet to some of you may be starting to feel it already. Maybe you're already have started to clear that past. Maybe the swords have fallen out or they're falling out. And the more swords that fall out, the more clarity you have about your own life. And I feel like your guides want me to say that to you. This is your life. You are writing the book of your life. And it is chapter by chapter by chapter. How do I want my book to read? Do I want it to be, and she ended right where she began, in the same energy? Or do I want it to be, yes, she went through all that, but nothing could hold her back. And hence it turns into what a beautiful love story. And they lived forever and ever and ever, or happily ever after. All right, let's read love. Love, love. Love. This card reminds you that feeling loved is your true desire, and this very condition is continuously offered to you by God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and your angels. Surround your current situation and relationships with love, which will loosen the bonds of ego attachments. When you pray for love to heal your situation, God sends angels to your side. Mother Mary counsels you to use only loving words when you speak, think, or right. Avoid pessimistic discussions with yourself or others, as it's essential for you to surround yourself with the highest energy available. By doing so, you'll witness miraculous healings, experience new opportunities, and attract wonderful relationships. Thank you, Mother Mary. All right, but let's read honesty because I feel like that has to be a big part of it. I feel like they go hand in hand. Honesty. You receive this card in answer to your question because Mother Mary sees the need for self honesty if you are to proceed. What do you have to admit to yourself about your current situation? When you think about it, what feelings arise? Why? It's important to take stock of your emotions and thoughts about anything that confuses or annoys you. Otherwise, you're reacting instead of taking charge. Although the ego is threatened by looking deeper, it's an essential component of healing this situation. This card guides you to take some time to evaluate and understand your feelings. Remember, you are entitled to them, and they are neither right nor wrong. Very often, your feelings are the voices of angels delivering God's guidance to you. Amen. Well, Sag, talked a little bit about money, about, first of all, I feel like this is about living your life in the way that you see it now. Like, what do I want to accomplish? And I feel the more that I do that, the more that I no longer allow negative people or experiences to blacken my current or future potentials, the more I see miracles. And by the way, I feel like miracles are earned. Now, maybe not always, but it definitely is showing us how you cleared your energy, and clearing of that energy just seems to open up a whole new world to you. And by the way, this may just be the way the chapter of your book is meant to go now. I hope you take a chance. It is up to you. I can't even tell you when this person or when the two will connect, but I can tell you that it's coming in pure love. Well, I guess I could give you a little bit because I feel like once I jump into the fool's energy, again, positive movement forward is your very first card, with passion ignited as your second card, and then the fool. It would make sense through the fool's energy that then your passion would be ignited for the next chapter. I swear you're going to go back someday and say, thank you, Tower. Without you, I wouldn't have you. It reminds me of, I think it's an Alabama song. Or Chicago. Chicago. But it is talking, but the song is about being thankful that the person they were with beforehand cheated on them because it moved them away from that person, and then they found the love of their life. I'm going to have to find that song, but I'll connect the lyrics for those who are interested. But anyways, wow, what a reading. I loved it, Sagittarius. And listen, when you watch Tarot, and you have the soulmate, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Wands, commitment, marriage. But it all starts with the Fool's energy. But what you want to realize is, what did I have to do first? How to take a deep look within my emotional house, allow myself to heal, learn about myself within it. And sometimes it could simply be that I had just been attracted to lower vibrational energy, charming people. But now, like, I feel like who's ever next, and I already know who's next. First of all, I feel like immediately you're going to know the difference. I feel like immediately you're going to know the difference. I just hope you trust yourself to at least put your foot in the water or your toes in the water and just see where it leads you. Remember, you can always change course, but I don't think you're going to want to. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys. I thank you. Truly, I would not be here without you. So much gratitude for each and every one of you. Um, jump in on the white candle if you want to, just give the universe a little test for yourself. You don't have to, but if you do, just write down white candle. Um, it's funny when I get to this point in a reading, I'm starting to think about titles, and it is so hard to like write a title that's really gonna give you as much info. Though I have to say, my spirit guides do help me a lot with like titles and that. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I love you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Um, I was gonna go live today, but we've been dealing with like heavy rains, and after this reading, we had a tree that fell. We got to go cut it down. So, like life kind of got in the way here for a moment, but and I'm late with the readings too. But I say late, but maybe it's just all in divine timing. Maybe this is exactly when you're meant to receive it. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you either in the lives tomorrow or the next time at our table. Bye bye.